Everyone's doing well. Wanted to real quick point out a kind of, I don't want to use the word dumb mistake, but it was just kind of something I did, just happens every now and then. I wasn't really thinking, and I ended up selling during this breakout and getting out pretty much up here. And obviously I took a 4, 5, 6 point loss. Not really. That's not the end of the world. It didn't bother me that much. Which in the past, doing things like that used to bother me a ton and used to kill my day. Now I'm kind of getting to where I'm indifferent about stuff like that. But more importantly, what are the reasons not to take that? Well, if any of y'all are in Al's room today, you probably just heard him speak about, well, when you get a strong bull bar, bulls will buy during. More importantly, they will buy below it. Why? It's the same concept of, well, similar to here. Here's buying pressure. So when we fall below buying pressure, bulls will buy, betting that price will go back to the buying pressure. So for example, this low is 77.25 and this low is 74.5. So we'll just say you could have bought 2 points below. So smart bulls, they saw this breakout, bought a few points below, and what did they do? They scalped out. Also, 675. Excuse me, I was having to think for a minute. Scaling, if I can regain my thoughts, sellers who shorted below 1 could not make 2 points. They came close. I believe it went 9 ticks from the low bar 1 to here and failed. So that simply means you had trap bears. So what does this bar tell you? What does this bar tell you? The 905 bar. Well, it tells you one important thing. Bears are giving up. In other words, any trader who sold here during here, they're giving up. So it's very, it's comparable to really, there was a day I was just looking at. One moment. Yeah, it's pretty similar to this. However, the reason I say it's similar, you had buying pressure. Obviously, we're testing up to something. We have a gap down, so the odds favor more of a bear trend day than other days. It's still not, extremely high probability. So you get buying pressure, then you get a bear breakout. Well, it's probably going to fail initially. And what I mean by initially is buyers somewhere down here at least for a scalp. However, bull bar, breakout bar, and this is a stop entry buy, but it's not very strong. Compare this bar 2 to bar 3. Not great. And then any trader that bought above, they're probably disappointed on this where they're going to get out. See if I can find it. Here's a good one. So, what do we have going on here? Well, let's just ignore what's to the left. This bar, good bar for the bears, probably always in short below and on the close of bar 2. However, bar 3 is a problem for swing traders. You always have to worry about an opening reversal. So when you see bar 3, some bears will get out above bar 3. However, since it did not trigger, they will still hold. However, when we get down to here, it's the same situation today. We're probably going to get back to here and maybe back to this high. Reason being, that's significant buying pressure, trading range behavior, so scale in bulls should make money. Same thing up here. This is not that strong of a sell-off, so traders buying here, price will probably come back to here, somewhere to here, especially back to here. So in other words, it's very similar to what's going on right now. This is enough sideways pressure so that there's selling pressure that's been developing. So a trader selling in here and then selling more below this bar. I thought about selling below, but I decided not to, just because I'm assuming this gap's going to close, or at least come within a point or less. The reason I say that is this high to this low is exactly 4 ticks, so this high to wherever the breakout retest should be less than 4 ticks. That was my logic behind selling, but I chose not to, because I'd rather see the gap close, even though I think we're going to get down here. And there's always a possibility of a second leg up from this, even though this could be the second leg. We also, if you can see here, you have a lot of traders who possibly bought above here and now they're trapped. This high, if you bought on the stop entry, is 825. Price only went to 825, so theoretically you're still trapped. So this is about bears selling in here, scaling in higher, looking to get out, maybe at break even. So this is one approach. Sell this high, any of these highs, sell more below, get out break even on the entire trade, which some traders will. Other traders will take the chance of getting out at break even. So let's look at a few things. Here's the 15-minute chart. I took away the time axis just because it is kind of bothering me, and I like to look at it like this. So what do we see? Breakout, almost close this gap. New breakout, we're probably going to close this gap. So we're developing more, we're turning more into a trading range. So I think some point today we'll get back in here. We may test all the way down here, arguably the start of a channel. This is good. The bears are developing selling pressure, but they need to do more to flip the market. So I would say if this bar closes right here or on its low, they're probably going to need at least another bear bar to really flip the market. So that's all I have for now.